a lot. And one of the things I always share with people about Women for Progress, I was always very fond about were the women. These women were like elders to me, and they really took me in for someone who didn't grow up here in Jackson. And I think the biggest legacy for me and what I really liked about it was they weren't just about talking. To Willie's point, we really are about action. The advocacy on the advocacy side, educating people, not just people that we're trying to get into office, but also educating the community about the things that are so important to our families. And you know that lines right up with the things that you've been championing too, your years in the legislature as well. Things that matter, affordable and accessible housing. Things that also matter to people are democracy and the right to vote. And one of the things I got an opportunity to work on, which was part of some legislation that you really pushed, was around the 1% sales tax.
Right.
And we know that that was very important to Women for Progress as well. Seeing that and knowing that the needs, the infrastructure needs that we have here in the city of Jackson, and making sure that the community was well educated about it and why it was important that we get that legislation passed when we did.
Right. And I think the other piece is we talk about now the 380 over 380 members that are part of this organization, and many have been there from the beginning. Is that also what I think makes us great is our other constituents and our leaders who have come to the table with us when we call, like you, Senator Horhn, and Senator Fraser and Senator Blond and so many others that I can call out over the years when we make that phone call, which has been essential to the work that we do, is having that type of partnership and collaboration that helps us move the needle forward for women. And also having legislators and having leaders that are passionate about what we're passionate about and understand the issues that impact women, whether it be rental assistance, whether it be empowerment and economic development for women. I mean, this organization have lifted so many women in helping them expand their capacity. But we couldn't do that just alone ourselves. We need the leaders that are surrounding us and the ones that are stakeholders in our community to also be champions for us, whether it be in the legislature, whether it be in the boardroom, wherever it may be, even in the pulpit. We have so many, C.J. Rose, Reverend Rose, has been a great supporter of us over the years, and so many others that I can call out. So everywhere folks sit and stand, they have linked hands with Women for Progress in this work that we do together, and we're excited. I think when we think about the city of Jackson, what I've been hearing from people is they think they're looking at this as a reset opportunity. And so I think folks are excited. They're looking at this as a new era for the city of Jackson. And so folks are excited about it. They're really ready to jump in. And I think it's so important to have leadership that's willing to open their hands to us and say, I want to work with you. Let me help you guide you. Let me help you set a vision, because we know that the next person sitting in that particular seat can't do it alone. It's going to take all of us. And I've always been saying this entire election, it's we the people who have got to make this happen. And the next person sitting in that seat is going to need all of us to champion. We got to change our mindset. It's not going to be easy, but I tell you, it's going to be exciting. And I think everybody should just get excited right now, get on board, look at where you can chime in, where you can be a part. If it nothing else, is make sure that you're giving a message that Jackson is ready for its next. And so we're very, very excited about it. And Women for Progress, this is an exciting time for us. After 47 years, we're looking forward to the reset too.
Right. Well, that's a perfect lead into I'm talking about my campaign. But before we do that, I want to just say how much, as I observe Jackson and the grassroots organizations, the very professional organizations that are doing things really at the local level, where they're trying to engage the community, trying to engage the various groups in the community. One thing that I'm really impressed by is Women for Progress's camaraderie and the The fact that you all are always loving on each other and praising one another and encouraging one another, and it appears to me to be very, very genuine. It's not just a dog and pony show. It's very genuine that the love that you have for one another really exudes from the organization itself as well as the individuals who make up the organization. And also what you all have done from a business development standpoint and in pushing economic development and in pushing the idea that we all need to do business with each other. If we're going to support and grow our community, we got to have an economic base. And that base begins with us. We've got to be more committed and dedicated to doing business with one another wherever we can, because that keeps that dollar in our community a little bit longer. The word is that money comes into our community and the dollar that comes in and it goes right back out again. And in the white community, for example, or in the Hispanic community, that's a real model. It circulates 6, 7, 8 times before it leaves that community and goes somewhere else. And what I've seen with you all supporting one another's businesses as clients, as customers, as patrons, is just really a sight to behold.
Absolutely, and I wanted to add to that. We have a lunch and learn, and it's every month, and we do highlight a member of the month and a business of the month. And we're very intentional about highlighting women-owned businesses,
Right.
particularly Black women-owned businesses. To your point of supporting them, we've gone to their offices or wherever they hold space and hosted events there with the intention of helping to build and can help them increase their overall bottom line. Another thing Willie highlighted earlier was how much we aren't a traditional organization, and so you talk about the camaraderie that we have amongst each other and the love that we have for one another. It really is because you can come to Women for Progress, and if there's something that you would like to see done, we don't mind supporting you in doing it. And so it's not hard. To her point about the Robert's Rules of Order, we don't quite